The signs are pointing to something extremely fun in Montreal as we have a bit of an update on Alexander Zharovsky, our top pick recently in the draft, as he's been at the official KHL camp and all signs are pointing to him making a nice splash this season. We have to dive into the recent news on Zharovsky, but we also got to dive into the current goings-on at Brassard as we get some 4v4. We got Veleno, we got Laine, we got our boy Ivan Demidov and Jakub Dobeš in net. But not just that, we got Demidov dominating on a 3-on-3 in here and scoring a nice little goal. And Patrik Laine with another laser, again working on his one-timer as well. So many great things from that. And also an update on the younger brother of a certain Habs prospect. And, well, let's just say there's been a certain pattern of the Habs doing things before. We got to get into all that on this episode of Habs Digest, and why not start right there? And it's the younger Hage, Jesse, as the Niagara Ice Dogs have officially signed newly acquired forward Alex Hage to an OHL scholarship and development agreement. Welcome to Dog Country, Alex and his family. There's Michael, there's Alex, and there is their lovely mother. And you can see, Jesse, as we've said before, like, the Habs like to go with those family roots, should we say, as we picked Florian Xhekaj 101st overall in 2023. We picked Atos Koivu 70th overall in 2024. Alex Hage is going to have a bit of work to do. We're going to have to see what he does in the OHL and then versus the University of Michigan after, because that's where he plans to go. But, like, hey, I'm just saying, Jesse, if he's ever available and is a reasonable selection, I'd almost be surprised if the Habs didn't go after him.
I mean, there's been brothers that we've went for before, like Florian. We were kind of picking the Arber connection. They must have seen something in him, though, because it was only after he drafted that he really came out of his own. Now, I mean, that's going to be the only way that Alex Hage makes the Habs right now, that they consider drafting him. That being said, there has been a little bit of a track record in this in the past of some guys that kind of surprise you. Again, the size is maybe something that of concern of 5'8", 164 pound, again, only 17 years old. So there's going to be some time for him to develop. We know that there is a connection here with the family as a whole to the Montreal Canadiens. So you have to feel like that definitely factors into the whole situation. Josh, I'm not completely willing to rule it out completely as it is. But at the same time, it's like that point production maybe just a little bit missing along with the size. I'm not being as hopeful, but then again, we have seen guys like Florian, again, come out and surprise us.
Yeah, you never know. It's a bit of a fun thing. We didn't go for Cole Hutson. Now, he was higher touted. Like, we would have gone for him, but, we'll have to wait and see. We're not going to pick everyone, but thought it was a neat little thing, especially with Michael Hage having such high hopes this year. Can't wait to see what he does at Michigan. But leave your thoughts on Alex Hage down below. But let's move on to the current goings-on, Jesse. And I want to run these clips again because every day, Patou Info, by the way, again, like we've said it before, is a great follow on Twitter, which is where we're getting these videos. I'll link them down below as well, that Twitter page. But, watching them every single day, the guy that stands out to me the most, Jesse, well, it's Ivan Demidov and it's Patrik Laine. And I feel like literally every single day we talk about what they're doing at practice, and literally every single day it's those two guys linked. It's always those two, and they're the two most impressive. Again, 4v4 with some invitees, some invited goalies. I think, Jeff Gorton's son and Kent Hughes' son are there. But, Demidov is the guy who stands out the most, and then Laine ripping these shots. I mean, every single day that I see this, I know we've mentioned it before, we mentioned it in the live, but, the idea that these two could form a really nice bond together and play together on the team, even though they were on different teams, I believe, for these little games here, I really think that this could lead to something interesting for Montreal, because everything I'm seeing from them, again, they just stand out as the two best players that we're seeing in practice.
And only right that they split them up, because absolutely these have been the two standouts from the Brassard sessions that seem to be going on every single day. What I'm loving about these sessions, Josh, is that this isn't just some type of run around and this kind of jog about. It's the guys are actually skating on there. There was a little bit of pace to this game, which I absolutely love to see. As we see Demidov, though, you give him any sort of space whatsoever, he's making the best of it. Laine, obviously, the shot is lethal from anywhere on the rink, but it's super clear right now, Ivan Demidov, again, I'm just loving the ownership that he's taking the puck. He takes the puck, he knows that the puck's coming to him, he makes one quick move, he gets to the slot, and then he's just letting it rip right now. How fast he is, that release, but it's just very clear that he sees the game differently, and he's just a difference maker as a result of it right now. So, I mean, I just love what we're seeing. I'm just getting more and more hopeful that, when Ivan Demidov comes up to join the Habs, he's not going to be gunshot. He's going to want the puck, and he's going to want to make stuff happen right away, which I think is just music to all Habs fans' ears around the world.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I know it's dog days of August, we're analyzing practice footage, but again, it's not just isolated instances of this. It's every single day there's a pattern. And I think that's at this point
Yeah.
what we're talking about. And watching Laine be out there every day, the summer work ethic is unbelievable. Like, he is getting us hyped for it. Ivan Demidov going out there doing insane stuff every single day. There's always a clip of him scoring or dangling someone or doing something, dominating these 3v3s, that little close quarters drill a few days ago. Like, it's the pattern, and that's what's getting us so excited. 60 days till the season starts, I believe, so we're getting close to it, 2 months out. But hey, these practice videos are just fueling our love for Habs hockey. Leave some love for that down below. But, you know, as we look towards the future, again, we got that one Russian that we just mentioned getting ready to go. But there's another one in the system, Jesse, and that's Alexander Zharovsky, and we got to talk about him. Took this from the Habs on Reddit Twitter page. Just a little picture of him. Alexander Zharovsky at training camp, which with HC Salavat, which is the main KHL club for Ufa, right? So he played with Ufa Tolpar in the MHL last year, getting 50 points in 45 games, but he came up to Ufa Salavat for 1 point in 7 playoff games, where he showed up pretty well. But you got here Habs enthusiasts saying Zharovsky's rocking the cage at the Salavat training camp, which is really cool. There he is, rocking the cage. P.S. Salavat will have preseason games on the 18th and the 19th of August. Not sure if he will be in the lineup yet, but it is looking likely. And I know we've talked about it a lot, Jesse, about how he forced himself basically onto the roster and into the rotation to play minutes in the playoffs, getting that 1 point in 7 games, being so skilled that you almost couldn't turn him away. And we have his coach saying, listen, like, if he forces his way onto this team, there's a spot for him. There's seemingly fewer politics in the Demidov situation for a guy that, you know, Byron Bader's model has as a somewhat draft year comparable. You can see there to Tomas Hertl, like, you know, different style players, but like, this is a guy with a super high skill ceiling, and to have him be able to maybe make the KHL right out of the draft right now could be absolutely huge for his development, and just prove again why Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton got a steal in this draft.
For sure. And of course, they're keeping a key eye on that because we know that he's the second best offensive prospect that we have right now behind Michael Hage. So we really want that development to go well, for him to really season the KHL. He's still got 2 more years on his deal over there, although that's not set in stone. There is a world where he could be released a little bit earlier. That being said, given, you know, like the height is there, the frame for him to build on, I think he knows his mandate right now to get bigger and stronger. I think that 2 years would probably still be okay. Like, he would probably need that for development, get that strength, and really make sure he's ready once he does come to the NHL. But I mean, speaking about his audition for the KHL right now, like, for me, as you mentioned, Josh, like, yeah, the skill's going to be too much. He's going to make it as a result. He's the former MVP, Rookie of the Year, rather, from the MHL with 50 points in 45 games here. And again, the big thing is about this guy is that the skill is there, but also the belief. Like, he was picked in the second round, but this is a guy who firmly believes that he's a first-round talent. And according to some models, like we're seeing as well, others are agreeing with him as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I see some models out there having him in like the 90th percentile of those draft prospects this past year for creation and for goal scoring ability. Like, again, when you watch him play, it's unbelievable stuff. And again, if you haven't watched enough Zharovsky highlights, highly recommend you go do so, because the dude is just a magician with the puck, and it's absolutely worth watching. Because if he makes it to the KHL, which it's looking like he should, and he comes out firing this year, like I said, he's confident he was a great pick. Demidov was confident he was a great pick. How do you turn down this kind of skill? We've hit on so many first and second round picks in the last few years. He's the guy we want to keep the closest eye on. And hey, just 10, 11 days from now, there'll be some preseason games, and you know that we'll be here to cover all of it. And if you want to stay up to date, hit that free subscribe button, because we're covering all the latest Habs news all off season long. But that'll do it for this episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in every single day, all off season long. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you in the next one.